In the safety community, there are a variety of technical terms, such as JSA, JIT, OJT, and others. But today we want to discuss JSA and what it can do for your safety program. Job Safety Analysis, or JSA, is simply a procedure used to review job methods and uncover hazards that may have been overlooked in the layout of the plant or building and in the design of the machinery, equipment, tools, workstations, and processes, or that may have developed after production started, or that resulted from changes in work procedures or personnel. It's one of the first steps in hazard and accident analysis and in safety training. It's really simple. Once the hazards are known, the proper solutions can be developed. Some solutions may be physical changes that eliminate or control the hazard, such as placing a safeguard over exposed moving machine parts. Others may be job procedures that eliminate or minimize the hazard. Basically, a job safety analysis is not difficult to perform. You can make up your own form for your specific equipment, processes, or machinery. The basic format looks something like this: what to do, how to do it, and key points. The what to do section is nothing more than the steps in sequence of a particular job, such as using a pressurized dry chemical fire extinguisher. Step number 1 under what to do would be to remove the extinguisher from the wall bracket. Step number 2, carry the extinguisher to the fire. Step 3, remove the pin. Step 4, aim the extinguisher at the base of the fire. Step 5, squeeze the discharge lever. Step 6, apply the stream of extinguisher to the fire. Step 7, report the use of the extinguisher after the fire is out and return the extinguisher for servicing. Step 8, place a charged fire extinguisher on the rack to replace the discharged extinguisher. Now for the how-to part of the JSA. These are instructions for completing what-to-do items. Step 1, put the left hand on the bottom lip of the extinguisher, fingers curled around the lip, palm up. Right hand on the carrying handle, palm down, and fingers around carrying handle only. Step 2, carry the extinguisher in the right hand in an upright position. Step 3, set the extinguisher down in an upright position. Place the left hand on the top of the extinguisher, pull out the pin with the right hand. Step 4, place the right hand over the carrying handle with fingers curled around the operating lever handle while grasping the discharge hose near the nozzle with the left hand. Step 5, direct the extinguisher stream at the base of the fire. And Step 6, replace the discharged extinguisher with a fully charged extinguisher. The next major category on the JSA is to identify the key points of the operation. Remember, safety is always a key point. Step 1, check the pressure to be sure the extinguisher is charged. Stand close to the extinguisher, pulling straight out. Have a firm grip to prevent dropping the extinguisher, then lower the extinguisher as you remove the left hand from the bottom lip of the extinguisher. Step 2, the extinguisher should hang alongside the leg, making it easier to carry and reduces the possibility of arm or back strain. Step 3, hold the extinguisher steady with the left hand, being careful not to exert pressure on the discharge lever as you remove the pin. Step 4, have a firm grip on the handle to steady the extinguisher. Step 5, work from side to side or around the fire. After extinguishing the flames, be sure all smoldering or glowing surfaces are fully extinguished. Step 6, when replacing the discharged extinguisher, be sure not to strain your back or arms in the lifting process. Hold the extinguisher close to your body. What you have just seen is a job safety analysis worksheet. Use this information to actually create a job safety analysis training guide for training persons to use fire extinguishers. The training guide is the result of analyzing each specific job in your organization. So when it comes time for training, all the information relating to the job and the safe method of completing the job is documented. This training guide can serve as a checklist for documentation on the training. It can be completed by the person conducting the training or the individual supervisor to ensure all safety aspects, potential hazards, and recommended safe job procedures are explained to the individual being trained. Let's take a look at the Job Safety Analysis Training Guide. Some of the basic parts to be completed are the actual job, the date of the analysis, title of the person doing the job, supervisor's name, person who completed the analysis, the department, section of the department, and who reviewed the JSA training guide, what type of personal protection is required for this job, and who approved the analysis of the training guide. The basic form shows the sequences of the basic job steps. What goes in this area is a breakdown of each specific steps of the job, such as what is done first, what is done next, and so on. It's always a good idea to have an experienced person go through each step one at a time from the very beginning, so sufficient information can be gathered to make each step very specific. The next part of the JSA training guide indicates potential hazards. For each specific step in the job, ask yourself what potential accidents can occur during each step. Some of the potential hazards may include electrical, mechanical, heat, cold, welding sparks, fumes, dusts, mists, chemicals, burns, and so on. Simply list any potential hazards for each specific step. Last but not least is the recommended safe job procedure. This means listing the steps to take to reduce potential hazards and injuries. Take some time to discuss with experienced operators a particular piece of equipment or process, as they often have a vast amount of experience or safety tips that could be quite valuable in analyzing potential hazards and how to effectively reduce the risk. Safe job procedures could include machine guarding, safe lifting, personal protective equipment, lockout and tagout, chemical safety, and thousands of other safety procedures. Each piece of equipment, machine, or process has its own unique potential safety hazards and safety features and safeguards. That's what job safety analysis is all about, finding out what the hazards are and then taking the steps to reduce the hazards. One reminder, however, avoid the use of terminology such as be careful, use caution, or be alert. Use specific procedures and spell out exactly what you want the individual to do, how you want the person to work and act, and what specific steps must be followed in the process. Many companies fail to use job safety analysis because it takes time and effort to analyze each specific piece of equipment and job. Well, the truth of the matter is, it's more cost-effective to perform job safety analysis because it saves time, money, and certainly reduces accidents and injuries. JSA gives individuals training in safe, efficient procedures. It increases safety awareness. It improves job training, especially for new employees, and overall improves productivity. It's worth the time and effort you spend in analyzing each specific job. Earlier, we mentioned JIT. JIT means Job Instruction Training. It's a catchy word, but it's something each person needs to know when training others. It should be used in conjunction with JSA, because Job Instruction Training includes breaking down each job so the person being trained will have a thorough knowledge of the entire process. OJT is a much-used word that means on-the-job training. On-the-job training means training while on the job, not just using a particular machine without first being trained. On-the-job training requires an experienced trainer to work with an individual, so all the elements of the training previously learned can safely be put into operation. Allowing someone to operate a machine does not guarantee they will operate the machine correctly. On-the-job training requires supervision. Take the time and effort to complete job safety analysis on each job, each piece of equipment, and each process. Employees have a right to be properly trained, but they also have an obligation to follow the proper procedures. Job safety analysis and training goes a long way to fulfill both obligations. Thank you.